If I told you that the key to unlocking your fullest potential isn't about working harder, waiting for the right time, or having all the answers? What if I told you that 3 simple questions could completely change how you approach every challenge, every opportunity, and every goal in your life? These questions aren't just words. They're tools that can shift your mindset, fuel your actions, and transform your results. What if I told you that the answers to these 3 questions are the exact things you need to unlock the success and fulfillment you've been searching for? Stick with me, because today we're diving into the questions that could change everything about how you show up in life. Are you ready to find out what they are? Let's get started. What if I told you that the key to achieving anything you've ever dreamed of isn't in your circumstances, your resources, or even your talents, but in the way you choose to think? What if I told you that your mind, your thoughts, and your beliefs are the most powerful tools you have, and they're shaping your reality every single day? Most people go through life feeling like victims of their circumstances, believing that their past, their environment, or other people are the reason for their success or failure. What if I told you that the true power lies within your mindset, and you have the ability to change it at any moment? Imagine for a moment, what if you stopped seeing yourself as a victim of your situation and started seeing yourself as the creator of your reality? What if you realized that everything in your life, the good, the bad, the beautiful, the painful, is a result of the way you've been thinking and believing? The most successful people aren't necessarily the most talented or the luckiest. They're the ones who've learned to control their thoughts, who've decided that their mindset is the key to their success. What if I told you that everything you want is possible, but only if you can change the way you think? Your beliefs shape your actions, and your actions create your reality. What if the reason you haven't achieved your dreams yet is because you're still operating from an old set of beliefs? Beliefs that are limiting you, holding you back, and keeping you stuck? The moment you decide to shift your thinking to believe that you are worthy of success, happiness, and abundance, everything will begin to change. What if today was the day you made that shift? What if I told you that the key to success and fulfillment isn't in what you have or what you do, but in how you choose to react to life's challenges? What if I told you that every obstacle, every failure, and every setback you face is not a dead end, but a tool for growth? Most people think that success is about avoiding hardship or having everything fall into place. But what if I told you that true success comes from how you handle adversity? It's how you react to challenges that defines your future, not the challenges themselves. Imagine for a moment you're facing something difficult, maybe a setback, maybe a failure, or maybe an overwhelming obstacle. What if, instead of giving up, you chose to look at it as an opportunity to learn, grow, and become stronger? What if every time you encountered an obstacle, you realized it was just a stepping stone to the next level of success? Life is constantly throwing challenges your way, and most people get stuck because they focus on the pain or frustration. But what if you could train your mind to see these challenges as opportunities to push beyond your limits, to grow in ways you never thought possible? What if I told you that the moment you change your perspective on life's difficulties, you unlock the potential to achieve everything you desire? The most successful people aren't the ones who face the least challenges. They're the ones who've learned how to turn every obstacle into a lesson, and in doing so, they create their own path to success. Today you decided that no matter what comes your way, you will choose to grow through it, not just go through it. The power to change everything is in your response. What if I told you that the energy to change your life isn't something you need to find or wait for, but something you already have within you? What if I told you that you don't need more time, more resources, or a better situation to start moving forward? You just need to tap into the energy that is already inside you. Most people go through life feeling exhausted, uninspired, or stuck, thinking they need something outside of themselves to spark their drive. But what if I told you that you are the source of your own energy, and the key to unlocking it is taking action? Imagine this. You've been waiting for the right moment to start, for things to fall into place before you make a move. But what if the truth is that action creates energy? What if the more you act, the more momentum you build, and the more energy you generate, until you're unstoppable? It's not about waiting for motivation to find you. It's about creating that motivation by simply starting. When you take action, no matter how small, you create a snowball effect of energy that propels you forward. What if I told you that the key to success is simply starting, even when you don't feel ready? The most successful people didn't wait for the perfect time. They created their own momentum by taking that first step, and then the energy just followed. The truth is, you have an infinite well of energy inside you, and it's unlocked through movement. What if today you decided to take that first step, knowing that you have the power to generate the energy you need to achieve everything you've ever wanted? The energy is already inside you. All it takes is the decision to move. What if I told you that the biggest barrier between you and your goals isn't your lack of resources, time, or opportunity, but your fear of uncertainty? What if I told you that fear is the very thing that's holding you back from reaching your full potential, and that the only way to overcome it is by leaning into it, not running from it? Most people spend their lives seeking safety, comfort, and certainty, but what if I told you that real growth happens when you step into the unknown? Imagine for a moment, you've got an incredible opportunity in front of you, but fear is whispering in your ear, telling you to turn back. What if instead of listening to that fear, you used it as fuel to push forward? What if every time you felt scared or uncertain, you saw it not as a reason to retreat, but as a sign that you're on the verge of something extraordinary? Fear is not the enemy. It's a guide, telling you that you're pushing your limits and moving closer to the life you desire. What if I told you that the most successful people didn't avoid fear, they embraced it? They faced it head on, knowing that the biggest rewards come from the biggest risks. The fear of failure, the fear of the unknown. These are all just illusions, holding you back from your true potential. You can't grow without discomfort. The people who break through barriers are the ones who don't run from fear. They step straight into it, knowing that on the other side of fear lies everything they've ever wanted. What if today you chose to embrace fear instead of running from it, knowing that it's the key to unlocking your greatness? The life you're meant to live is waiting on the other side of your fears, and the only thing standing in the way is the decision to step forward. What if I told you that the secret to true fulfillment isn't in what you achieve or what you own, but in finding and living your true purpose? What if I told you that the real reason many people feel lost, unfulfilled, or empty, no matter how much success they achieve, is because they're not aligned with their deepest values and passions? Imagine living your life with a sense of purpose, every day feeling driven by something that gives you meaning. What if I told you that purpose isn't something you find? It's something you create, and the moment you do, your entire life transforms. What if I told you that clarity of purpose is the key to everything? Most people go through life searching for the right path, but what if the path you've been looking for has been right in front of you the whole time? The key is to stop looking outside for fulfillment and start looking inside. What if the reason you've been feeling stuck is because you've been chasing things that don't truly matter to you, things that don't align with who you really are? Imagine waking up every morning knowing exactly why you're here, what you're meant to do, and why it matters. What if living with purpose gave you a sense of direction, focus, and fulfillment that external success can never provide? Purpose isn't about wealth or fame. It's about doing what fills your heart and connects you to something greater than yourself. What if today you decided to take the time to reconnect with your purpose? What if you realized that living aligned with your deepest values could be the key to unlocking the joy, satisfaction, and success you've been seeking all along? Your best life isn't about what you accumulate. It's about living in alignment with your true self. What if you made that choice now? What if I told you that the key to transforming your life isn't waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect resources, but taking massive action right now? What if I told you that the greatest success stories aren't about having everything figured out, but about acting boldly even when you don't have all the answers? Most people spend their lives waiting for the right time, for conditions to be just right, or for their fears to subside. But what if I told you that success never comes from waiting? It comes from doing. Imagine this: you have a vision, a goal, something you want to achieve, but the thought of taking the first step overwhelms you. What if I told you that the moment you choose to act, even with uncertainty, everything changes? The truth is, action creates momentum, and momentum creates results. The more you act, the more energy you generate, and the more confidence you build. The first step is always the hardest, but once you take it, you'll find that the path unfolds before you and your fears and doubts fade away. What if I told you that the people who achieve extraordinary success aren't the ones who wait for the perfect opportunity? They're the ones who make opportunities happen by taking bold, decisive action every single day. The key isn't in waiting for everything to be perfect. It's in committing to action even when it feels risky or uncertain. Action is the fuel for success, and it's available to you right now. What if today, instead of waiting, you decided to take massive action? What if your breakthrough is just one decision away, and that decision is to act boldly and create the momentum that will change everything? The power is in your hands. As we wrap up, remember this: the life you're waiting for isn't something that happens by chance. It's something you create through your actions, decisions, and relentless pursuit of your goals. The key to everything you desire is already inside you, waiting to be unlocked through the simple act of taking action. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The time to act is now. Every step you take, no matter how small, creates the momentum that will propel you toward your dreams. Success is built on action, and today is the perfect day to start. Good luck on your journey. I have no doubt that your future is bright and filled with possibilities. All you need to do is take that first step, keep moving forward, and stay committed to your goals. Thank you for your time, your energy, and your commitment to making this change. Now, go out there and make it happen. The world is waiting for you.